Okay, I'm going to read the opening scene to Going Postal by the very British Sir Terry Pratchett. I'd tell you what it's about, but I think it really kind of introduces itself. So, they say that the prospect of being hanged in the morning concentrates a man's mind wonderfully. Unfortunately, what the mind inevitably concentrates on is that in the morning it will be in a body that is going to be hanged. The man going to be hanged had been named Moist von Lipwig by doting, if unwise, parents, but he was not going to embarrass the name, insofar as that was still possible, by being hung under it. To the world in general, and particularly to that bit of it known as a death warrant, he was Alfred Spangler. And he took a more positive approach to the situation and had concentrated his mind on the prospect of not being hanged in the morning, and most particularly on the prospect of removing all the crumbling mortar from around a stone in his cell wall with a spoon. So far, the work had taken him 5 weeks and reduced the spoon to something like a nail file. Fortunately, no one ever came to change the bedding here, or else they would have discovered the world's heaviest mattress. It was a large and heavy stone that was currently the object of his attentions, and at some point a huge staple had been hammered into it as an anchor for manacles. Moist sat down, facing the wall, gripped the iron ring in both hands, braced his legs against the stone on either side, and heaved. His shoulders caught fire, and a red mist filled his vision, but the block slid out with a faint and inappropriate tinkling noise. Moist managed to ease it away from the hole and peered inside. At the end was another block, and the mortar around it looked suspiciously strong and fresh. Just in front of it was another spoon. It was shiny. As he studied it, he heard the clapping behind him. He turned his head, tendons twanging a little riff of agony, and saw several of the wardens watching him through the bars. "Well done, Mr. Spangler," said one of them. "Ron here owes me $5. I told him you were a stickler." "He's a stickler," I said. "You set this up, did you, Mr. Wilkinson?" said Moist weakly, watching the glint of light on the spoon. "Oh, not us, sir. King's orders, sir. He insists that all condemned prisoners should be offered the prospect of freedom." "Freedom? But there's a damn great stone through there." "Yes, there is that, sir. There is that. See, it's only the prospect, you see, not actual free freedom. That'd be a bit daft, wouldn't it?" "I suppose so, yes," said Moist. "He didn't say, 'you bastards.' The wardens had treated him quite civilly these past 6 weeks, and he made a point of getting on with people. Besides, these people had big sticks. So, speaking carefully, he added, 'Some people might consider this cruel, Mr. Wilkinson.' "Yes, sir, we asked the king about that, sir, but he said no, it wasn't. He said it provided," his forehead wrinkled, "occupational therapy, healthy exercise, prevented moping, and offered that greatest of all treasures, which is hope." "Hope?" muttered Moist glumly. "Not upset, are you, sir?" "Upset? Why should I be upset, Mr. Wilkinson?" "Nice to see you've entered into the spirit of the thing, sir. You've been an example to all of us, sir, the way you kept going, stuffing all the dust in your mattress. Very clever, very tidy, very neat. It's really cheered us up having you in here."